So continuing on our Minnesota Vikings 2020 training camp position by position preview. Today we're taking a look at the Vikings interior offensive line. So let's get it on. First and foremost, numero 56 in the program. Number 1, your heart, Garrett Bradbury, the Grim Reacher, 6'3", 305. 2019 first round pick out of NC State. Number 18 overall. And remember, everyone was so hyped. Everyone was hyped about Bradbury. Struggled out of the gate. Had some top flight competition. I mean, Grady Jarrett will do that to people, right? But recovered really well. And I think his trajectory is very promising, as well as he's perfectly suited for the scheme. Adding a little bit of weight and some strength will help with that anchor on the interior. And I think it's looking good going forward. Because if you look at Bradbury from week 5 on last season, minus week 16 when everyone was terrible, because the Packers, not that I'm pissed off or anything about it, but Bradbury, 435 pass blocking snaps, 0 sacks allowed, and only 12 pressures. Would have been PFF's 12th highest graded center during that time, minus weeks 1 through 4 and 16. And I understand it's cherry picking a little bit, but there's also 13 games in there, including 2 playoff games. So it's fine. Next up, numero 73, Drew Samia, 6'5", 308. Presumptive starter at right guard with the exodus of Josh Klein. So I mean, Drew Samia, I do like my guards to have a little bit of nastiness and definitely having the chip on the shoulder. Samia has that. 2019 4th round pick out of Oklahoma. 2018 Big 12 co-offensive lineman of the year. Remember that with like Cody Ford and those other jabronis, like Oklahoma had probably the best offensive line ever in front of Baker Mayfield. Wait, no, in front of Kyler. There you go. Presumptive, he's got the strength. He's got some nastiness to him. Love to see what he'll do in year 2. Also, number 68. And yes, I ordered these by who I like the most. Number 68, big Hinton, Kyle Hinton, 6'2", 296, 7th round pick out of Washburn University in Kansas. Go Ichabod's. Was a left tackle for the Ichabod's. Dominated lower level competition. Looks to kick inside at the NFL level. Both playing guard as well as Kubiak. I talked about him playing center as well. Already has day 1 NFL strength as well as very solid quickness and speed. Is a bit of a project, but I can't wait to see what he will be in 2-3 years down with the tutelage, where he's already got the strength. He certainly has the mobility to thrive in an outside zone scheme and certainly can compete from day 1. And we've talked about how it really is unfair for UDFAs this year. I think it's really unfair for Kyle Hinton because there was an outside shot. If this was a normal offseason where he had rookie camp, OTAs, full training camp, and preseason, that Kyle Hinton might have won a starting job. Probably not, but damn. Next up, numero 78, Dakota Dozier, 6'4", 312. He sort of took the Kyle Hinton route, where he's a small school stud out of Furman University. Was a 4th round pick by the Jets in 2014. This is the 7th year in the league. Was originally with Rick Dennison when Dennison was the OC offensive line coach for the Jets. Followed him here to the Vikings when the Kubiak contingent swamped in last year. Started 3 games last season at both of the guard spots, a couple games for Josh Klein as well as 1 game for Pat Elflein. Also played a little bit of center. Overall, He's kind of like Rashad Hill, like he's the veteran, swing backup with Hill at tackle and Dozier on the interior. But you love him as a backup. Coaches love him as well, but also you don't want him starting. It's one of those spots. Yep. Next up, guy that they will never start because apparently they hate him. Number 61, Brad Jones, 6'2", 315. Actually, he should be higher on my list of people that I like, but man. 6-year man from Regina University. Same thing with Akeem Hicks. Were they teammates? That'd be sick. But Brett Jones, former CFL star, also former starter for the Giants, they traded for him right before the 2018 season when it was clear that Pat Elflein wasn't going to be ready to go after his secret shoulder surgery and ankle surgery. They re-signed him twice to be this utility interior offensive lineman who they'll never just give the time of day, but they still just keep him around. Even though last year, they did the, hey, we'll cut you before the start of the season, sign you after week 1 deal so that your contract isn't guaranteed, even though he was the number 1 graded center in Pro Football Focus and all of the NFL. But whatever, fine. Next up, number 63, Jake Lecena, 6'4", 300 pounds. His name sounds familiar. His dad, Corbin, played for the Vikings for a couple years. back in the day. Son, St. Paul native as well as Cretin-Durham Hall alum, Division II Remington Award winner, and he's also one of the guys where he just gets punished by this completely terrible whatever, just random offseason. So I actually think that he's a big underdog to make the roster, and probably even an underdog to make the practice squad at this point as well. Two more to go. Number 62. So he changed his number. He's not 60. Apparently he's 62. Tyler Higbee, 6'5", 300 pounds, a UDFA from Michigan State. Like he and Kirk can talk about, I don't know, all the things that go on in Michigan State, which are not great. Higbee had 30 career starts for the Spartans, both at left guard and left tackle. He was their upfront award winner for best offensive lineman in 2018 as a junior, so he's got that going on for him, which is nice. And lastly, Pat Elflein. Pat Elflein, 6'3", 303. Also Remington Award winner for D1. Consensus All-American in whatever year he came out. Just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, fourth-year pro, former third-round pick from Ohio State, yada, yada. You know the deal. 2-year starter at center, last year at left guard. But does remain, and like we said with this offseason, it is going to heavily favor incumbents and veterans, so I think that Pat Elflein could be your starting left guard. Actually, he's probably your prohibitive favorite to be your starting left guard week 1 as the Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers, September 13th, historic U.S. Bank Stadium. So that is it. That's a look at the Vikings interior offensive line. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe. Want to do a little something, kick it in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.